guys. It's springtime. Woohoo! I got my flip-flops. The dogs are excited. We're ready to go outside. I get my shoes on. Here we go. Okay, you girls ready? Ready? Let's go. Come on. I can't wait. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Yes. I can't wait. Let's go. Come on. Outside. Let's go. Springtime. Ah! Oh, my feet are cold. Why are my feet cold? What is this? What is this?
No! No! Please, no! 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 No!
Well, that was a big disappointment. Here I am, a little more appropriately dressed. Got my coffee to keep warm, and it's still coming down. But garage is still a good place to be. Well, let's see. The last time you saw us, we had just got that tail panel set into place, and then we had to leave. So today I'm going to try to work around the outside, because I remember last time we made the realization that we probably should have cut more of the outside edges of that. So I know that I'm going to have to probably work on some kind of a patch panel for that today. So I'm going to get started. Tinkering with this back corner for quite a while. I wasn't going to bore you with the back and forth until I got a piece that fit pretty well. Let me show you some details. Doesn't look too bad. I've got some sheet metal screws in there for right now just to hold it in place, because I've got a flat spot here, and then I had to bend it around the corner here, kind of had to bevel it in up here, and I just wanted a good flat surface so that I can begin welding it. Well, we're not pros here at Spyder Garage, but it didn't turn out too bad. I know it ain't pretty. Here's the other side. It did penetrate, and I'll cover that up with seam sealer and primer, and it'll be good. Holy moly, I've only been out in the garage here for about an hour, and I was gonna go inside and get something to eat. Check this out. Yeah, at least another couple inches have fallen. This is crazy. There's my poor truck. It's springtime. Oh, the weather outside is frightful, and I really thought it was springtime. Ugh.
1 hour later.
You ever just have one of those days where so many things go wrong that you just have to quit and move on to something else? I just had one of those moments. I just set my pants on fire. I was sitting there welding. Smelled something really bad, and then it hurt really bad. And I looked down, and about 3 or 4 inches of my pants were on fire, burned through my long underwear. And yeah, after putting my leg out, I think it's time to call it quits. Happy Sunday to you all. It's the day after snowpocalypse. Just 2 days ago, I was laying in the creek with my dogs, and it was sunny and warm. I know everybody says this, no matter what part of the world you're from, but they say if you don't like the weather, wait 5 minutes, it'll change. Well, it's really true here in Indiana. So, it's still nice in the garage. That gets so nice out, I'm gonna go ahead and open up the doors. It's a little chilly, but it's kind of nice to have some light. So let's get busy. All right, change of plans. I had to run back inside and break down and put a coat on. Anyway, my plan today is to take these front headlight panels off, or at least one side. I always do one side, and then when Nathaniel gets here, I have him do the other. And he's gonna be here tomorrow, beginning spring break. So we're gonna have a few days together to get some things done. The nice thing is I can spend some time trying to figure out what the heck I'm doing here with this. So I'm gonna get started on that and hope that I don't screw this thing up. Now that it's all braced up, I'm going to try to cut this thing out. I didn't show you last time, but I'll stitch in right here somewhere. When I got this piece out, a lot of spot welds to get this thing off. Now it's ready to go on in place of this. You can see the difference. Obviously you see the two provisions for the 4 headlight design. So there's a radiator support that goes across the top of all of this. It's completely different. That's unique to this car as well. So all of that is going to make room for our Spyder 4 headlight front end. Okay, one other thing that I hadn't explained yet that is going to be a little bit more difficult. This is the back of the driver's side headlight bucket that I'm getting ready to move right here. And that is that this battery tray is here. And as you can see, it's spot welded onto the back of it. So I've got to get those spot welds drilled out before I can remove this whole front panel here. And if you look in the direction of that tab that holds the battery tray down, you look directly up, here's the other panel that goes in. You see that tab is right where the second headlight's gonna go. So I'm gonna have to actually custom make another tab somewhere in the middle of that. Either move this tab over, cut it out, move it over here in between the two, or what. I don't know, it's never easy. This should have been a simple job, but of course it's not. And did I save the battery tray from the other car? Of course not. I didn't realize I needed it, so I just torched right through it. I just realized I keep taking off my glasses and putting them back on, so if you're all getting a little confused as to why I have them on and don't, this is precisely why my wife gets frustrated with me for losing my glasses all the time.
You know, I think there are many perks to wearing glasses, like, let's say, absolutely nothing!
Anyway, so I'm gonna probably do a little time lapse here to speed you through the process of drilling and cutting all these spot welds out, so let's get to it. Wasn't too bad. Drilled from the inside to save as much metal on the back side as I could, so I can have plenty to weld to. As you can see, it's ready to come out. Even the back side of the battery tray has been drilled out. Now it's just time to cut along here to match up where the new piece lines up. Well, I've been cleaning up this metal and mocking it up. I think I figured out a couple things. There's the back of that battery tray tab, and then the inside of the old housing. If I put the new one up there, it fits like a glove, obviously except for this section down here. I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna slit it right here. I'm gonna bend this whole thing down and then probably attach it to a new piece of metal so that I have a whole weld across here as well. So some kind of an L-shaped piece in there. And then this stupid thing, I'm telling you, this thing is solid. I don't really need it. I've just decided I'm gonna cut that thing off. All right, that's not too bad. Time to drill some holes and plug weld this thing in. On second thought, I decided to just tack it in a few key spots. I want to get the other side done first and get it all test fitted, and even put the entire urethane front end on this thing first. Mock up a couple fenders, make sure everything is lined up just right. Once that's all mocked up and I'm satisfied with it, then I'll blow it all back apart again and finish welding this. So right now it's in place as much as it's going to be until Nathaniel might get the rest of it done tomorrow, which he'll be here first thing in the morning. I'm excited. It's the beginning of spring break for him, and I get him for about 3 days, the first half of it. I think I'm gonna wrap it up tonight, call it a night, get all my tools cleaned up, and do my usual prep for him so that we can hit the ground running when he gets here. Happy spring break, everybody. Looks like spring break, doesn't it?
No. No. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. No. 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 I refuse. No. No.
I'll show you what I got done. Don't look too closely at my welds, but I had to slice basically a bunch of slivers through here just to get this thing to bend flat. And then once I got it bent flat, I realized I just need to make a template out of cardboard and make a patch panel to go across this. And you can see the other side here. This is what we're gonna work on today.
Yeah.
Okay? Mm-hmm. All right. So if you flip that completely 180 degrees to the Tony the Tiger side, that's the way it should work. There you go. How does it hit on the bottom by your right hand? Does it hit up against this metal right here?
Yes, it does.
Okay. I had to trim the other piece. This was just a basic template, and then I had to do a lot of trimming. Let's cut some more metal out of that fender over here and make another piece and bend it around, okay? See where the style line is?
Yep.
Okay. I don't think there's gonna be enough metal this way. You're gonna have to go the other way, yeah.
Line up like that.
Yep,
Yeah.
exactly, yeah. I'll hold this in a couple spots. All right.
There we go.
Can you see all the way around?
Yep.
Yeah, looks good. All right, bud. Couple things to know while you're doing this. That's a curve right there.
Yep.
You're not going to be able to bury that thing in there and try to bend it around. What you're going to have to do is just barely take this on the edge and just kind of score across the top. And then you just keep going back over that. Just let the weight of this thing kind of guide it. When we get to here, you can still score it because that kind of helps you get your line going. But at some point, if you feel comfortable, then you can follow along with that line. You can bury the thing in the metal. Okay?
Got it.
How's it look?
It's not bad.
Take this edge and line it up with that straight edge right there and then see how it still fits.
It lines up.
Okay, good.
So.
All right, that looks pretty good. Half squat. One thing I ran into trouble with on the other side, I mean, it's just the natural body lines of the car right here. Here, you can take this off, bud, so you can see a little better. It's a nice, even contour, but the body just naturally crimps right there. And you see there's that little concave area right there?
Yeah.
That's a pain to try to get a nice flat surface to weld up against. We're just going to have to do a lot of banging on both pieces to try to get those two to contour to each other as much as possible. What I had to do on the other side was slit the metal a little bit and then put a sheet metal screw into that to pull it in towards that. And essentially that's what we're going to have to do everywhere, especially right here. This is flat, but this is round or curved. Sheet metal screw, sheet metal screw, sheet metal screw. Anyway, that looks pretty good. Don't be afraid to hit it. Also, when you want to bend it around a corner, hit it right on that edge. Yeah. There we go. You want to check it out, see if it fits?
Hey, that's not bad.
Hey, yeah. Made a little difference, didn't it?
Yeah.
See how that works?
Yeah, it's still wanted to pivot, so I need to go get one right here.
A little bit more?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's why we trial fit. It's Tuesday. Finished up that other patch on the other turn signal, and Nathaniel's working on getting the side marker lights off so we don't paint them, but we're about to clean this thing up. We've already Scotch Spydered it. We're gonna get some wax and grease remover on there next, and then we're gonna primer all this bare metal and move on to the front. So we seam sealed a little bit. That was pretty fun.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, it's not too bad. We caked it on there really good. Really good. Around the back of the car. Just go around the seams there. We'll clean it up a little bit later. We're gonna let it set up overnight. Same thing on the inside. All around the back here. This is where the old part was cut out and the new one came in. It looks ugly, but tomorrow we'll paint over it and you'll never know it was there. Oh man, that already looks better. That's the way it looked before we took all the seam sealer off and then ground it down. I mean, we literally made it look like factory again by smearing it with seam sealer. Behold. Can't really complain.
Yeah.
The only thing that, for anybody that wants to do this at home, which is probably only about 1 or 2 of you, make sure when you cut off the old car that you cut this entire section off as well, and not at this seam here like we did.
Yeah.
Got that off?
Yep.
All right, so
Yeah.
just work your way around there and try to figure out where all the spot welds are. Punch them and we'll drill them out.
Yep.
Some we're going to be able to see, some we're not. We'll just figure it out as we go. looks naked.
I guess so, yeah.
That's cool though.
Yeah.
Alright, that's as close as we're gonna get. But dang, dude. That is your Spyder! Gosh, dude, that's so exciting.
Yeah.
It's like looking at my old car. That's because half of it is my old car. Alright, dude. Let's finish welding this thing and wrap up for the day.
Oh, yeah.
Okay?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, folks.
Alright.
Hi. We're done for the weekend.
Yeah.
What a weekend. Actually, it's not the weekend. What am I talking about? It's Wednesday.
Yeah.
I'm used to it being a weekend. It throws me off. It's spring break. I had you the first 3 days of spring break. And Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And yeah, I forgot what day of the week it was. Anyway, we got a lot done. My gosh. For a couple guys that didn't really know what we were doing.
Yeah, I didn't know.
I mean, I'd like to be that dad that just goes up to his son and says, "Hey, son, here's what we're going to do today. I've been doing this for years, and here's exactly what you should do." That's not me. I mean, I know these cars like the back of my hand, but the stuff that we tackled in welding on that new tail panel section and the new headlight buckets was something that I'd never done before. So we were just learning as we go. And in fact, today we discovered something even new again, didn't we? What was that?
Yeah. I don't know what you're talking about.
Those bumper brackets.
Oh, yeah, the bumper brackets. It's the last thing we did, too.
I know. Actually, yeah. It's like, do you want the whole list or just the top 20? There's so many things. The big one on the list today that we didn't even know about was we started to mock up the front bumper, and we found out that the bumper brackets are wrong. I mean, the bumper's just resting on there right now, but it didn't work. So
Yeah.
just yesterday, we were walking around the scrap car that's in the backyard, and I thought, we finally have probably used up all the parts we can use in this thing. Let's take this thing to the junkyard. And then today, we're like, oh crap, we need to run out there and get more parts off of that car. So I think I'll hang on to it a little bit longer. So anyway, let's show you what we did. Check it out.
Yep.
So what's behind there is what's really the key, right?
Yeah. Got the whole back end put in, basically.
Yep, got it all welded in. And then we got it seam sealed and primed. And then we just mocked everything up to make sure it was good.
Yeah.
And it is good. Let's go around to the front. Check it out. I know it looks like it was just hobbled together, and that's basically because it was.
Yeah.
But it was just to mock it up so that we knew what fit and what didn't. And the headlight buckets that are in behind there, which you saw earlier in the episode, are in there correctly. They're only tack welded in there for now. And what's funny is I was going to take all this apart so I could finish weld it, and you were like, nah.
It just looks good, okay? We don't
I
need to
know.
do it right now. I didn't want to take it apart.
He didn't want me to take it apart. He just wants to look at it like this. And I don't blame
you
him.
did too.
I know. I know. I can't lie. It just looks so mean and menacing. I love the front end of a Monza Spyder. Now, the bumper's too low because it's just resting on the bumper brackets because they were wrong. We've not swapped those out yet. Obviously, there's a lot of alignment that needs to happen. But just look at that. I tried to convince Nathaniel to just keep the white fender.
Yeah, no. No.
No? Yeah. So I thought that was kind of roadkill-esque. General Mayhem has that one red fender that's always distinguished it from other Dodge Chargers out there, well, among other things. And I thought, well, let's keep our one white fender. But no, we're going to paint this thing. In fact, it's not even going to be red when it's done.
Yeah, it's gonna be black.
It's going to be what?
Black.
Dun-da-da, you heard it here first, folks.
Yep.
We're going to paint it black. So even the Spyder on the hood is not going to be black. What's unique for the black Spyder is that it's gold, entirely gold with a couple highlights, and the stripes down the side are going to be gold as well with the Spyder script with highlights. Anyway, let's stand back and look at this. Look at that back end. No spoiler yet. We'll work on that next. Back end, dun 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 dun, coming around. Yes, so satisfying. We're just going to leave it that way for a little while before we blow it back apart again. Okay, so that's it. There it is. She's beautiful. Is she a he or a she?
I think it's a car.
Oh, it's got to be a boy or a girl.
I think it's
Just a car?
I mean, not saying it's not important, but
He doesn't
I've been
understand.
naming cards or giving them.
Oh, you got to name it. You got to name it. It's got to be either a boy or a girl. You got to give it a name.
I'll think about it then.
All right, you think about it. All right, folks, that's it. We're out of here. We'll see you on the next episode. Hit like, hit subscribe, and we'll see you next time.